Ever felt like you're doing everything right, but something still feels off? Like the success, the grind, even the relationships. None of it hits the way it used to. You're not alone. Most men don't learn the real lessons until life humbles them. Stoicism isn't just some ancient philosophy. It's a survival guide for the modern man. So if you're ready to stop reacting and start living with purpose, hit that subscribe button, tap the bell icon, and let me know in the comments which lesson hit home for you. I'm breaking down *** 6 powerful Stoic lessons every man must learn **, not just to survive, but to truly succeed in life. These are the kind of truths that hit hard, shape character, and change your mindset forever. Let's dive in. Point 1. One of the toughest lessons most men learn too late is this: you can't control everything. In fact, the more you try to, the more frustrated and anxious you become. Stoicism teaches a simple but life-changing truth. Focus only on what's within your control, your thoughts, your actions, and your responses. Everything else, let it go. Think about it. You can't control how others treat you, what people think about you, or what the future holds. But you can control how you respond to disrespect, how you carry yourself through uncertainty, and how you show up every single day. That's where your real power lies. Look at someone like Marcus Aurelius, one of the most powerful emperors in history. He faced wars, betrayals, and personal loss, yet stayed calm and wise because he lived by this exact principle. He journaled to himself, reminding his own mind not to waste energy on things outside of his control. That's how he stayed grounded while carrying the weight of an empire. Or take someone modern, like Tyson Fury. He's a world champion boxer, but his greatest victory wasn't in the ring. It was overcoming depression and addiction. When life spun out of control, he didn't try to change the world around him. He changed himself. He focused on his routine, his mental health, his discipline, and it brought him back stronger. The truth is, life will throw chaos at you. People will let you down, plans will fall apart, but when you learn to stop reacting to every little thing and instead act with intention, that's when you find real peace, real strength, control the inner world, and the outer world loses its power over you. And that's how you start living on your own terms. Point 2. Once you understand that control starts from within, the next lesson naturally follows. You have to master your emotions. Most men grow up being told to suppress how they feel, to man up, to hide the pain. But Stoicism doesn't tell you to ignore emotions. It teaches you to understand them, control them, and never let them dictate your actions. Think about it. How many times have anger, fear, or insecurity led to a decision you later regretted? Reacting emotionally might feel powerful in the moment, but long-term it weakens your grip on life. True strength isn't about being cold or distant. It's about being so grounded that even when chaos hits, you stay calm and clear-headed. Let's take the example of Sir Winston Churchill. During World War II, while the world was falling apart and Britain faced unthinkable pressure, he didn't allow fear to cloud his leadership. He acknowledged the fear, but didn't bow to it. His speeches didn't just rally a nation. They were rooted in self-control and emotional intelligence. That's what made him not just a great leader, but a stoic one. Another example is actor Keanu Reeves. He's faced deep personal loss, yet he carries himself with grace, kindness, and quiet resilience. He doesn't live in drama. He moves through life with emotional discipline, always calm, always focused. That's not weakness, that's wisdom. Emotions are natural, they're signals, not commands. The Stoics believed that by pausing, reflecting, and responding with reason instead of impulse, we reclaim our power. And when you pair that kind of emotional mastery with the clarity of only focusing on what you can control, suddenly you're no longer just reacting to life, you're leading it. That's when real transformation begins. Point 3. Once a man learns to control his emotions, something surprising often happens. He starts to seek solitude, not because he wants to escape the world, but because he finally understands that clarity and strength are built in silence, not in noise. We live in a world that constantly demands our attention. Phones buzzing, social media shouting, people always expecting something. But Stoicism teaches us that solitude isn't loneliness. It's where we meet our true selves. In solitude, we reflect, we process, we build discipline. It's where emotional control turns into emotional strength. You can't master your thoughts if you never spend time alone with them. You can't truly know what you believe if you're always chasing what others think. Take J.K. Rowling, for example. Before she became a global icon, she was a single mother on benefits, writing in cafes, often alone with nothing but her thoughts and her passion. It was in that quiet struggle that she created something that changed the world. Her solitude wasn't a weakness. It was the space where her vision came to life. Or consider David Beckham. After all the fame and spotlight, he's often spoken about how he finds peace in routine, in simple, quiet moments with family or even alone during training. That balance, the ability to step away from the noise, helped him stay focused and grounded through decades of public pressure. Solitude gives you a chance to reset. It's where your emotional self-control becomes mental sharpness, where distraction fades and purpose becomes clearer. You stop reacting to life and start building it intentionally. And in that silence, in those moments with just yourself, you start to feel something rare, peace. And once you've tasted that, chasing noise feels pointless. Point 4. When you've spent time in solitude, truly sitting with your thoughts and understanding what really matters, you start to see through the illusions. One of the biggest status and wealth. For most men, especially early in life, there's this constant pressure to prove something, to chase titles, money, cars, followers, thinking that success means being admired. But Stoicism strips all that away. It teaches us that true success isn't found in how much you have, but in how little you need. When you live in alignment with your values instead of the world's expectations, you stop being controlled by the endless chase. The Stoics believed that external things, fame, fortune, power are fleeting. What matters is your character, your actions, and your inner peace. Take someone like Sir David Attenborough. He's never been flashy. No big controversies, no wild headlines. But his quiet passion for nature and his commitment to purpose have earned him deep respect across generations. He didn't chase status. He focused on the work. And in doing that, legacy followed. Another example is Ed Sheeran. Despite being one of the world's most successful artists, he lives a very grounded life. No flashy lifestyle, no constant need for validation. He's even spoken about how fame can feel empty and how happiness is found in normal, simple things, like family, creativity, and peace of mind. Once you stop comparing your journey to others, once you realize that more isn't always better, you unlock a new level of freedom. You stop being a prisoner of image and start becoming the author of a meaningful life. And the irony, that's when success, real, lasting success, starts to chase you instead. Point 5. Once a man understands that wealth, status, and external validation aren't the end goal, he begins to see challenges in a completely new light. Adversity, which once seemed like a curse, becomes an opportunity for growth. This shift in perspective is one of the most powerful lessons of Stoicism. Obstacles are not just to be overcome, they are the very things that build us. Each challenge, each setback, is a chance to refine your character, sharpen your resilience, and grow stronger. Take someone like Steve Jobs. His life wasn't a straight path to success. In fact, he was famously fired from Apple, the very company he co-founded. Most people would have seen that as the end of the road, but Jobs didn't. Instead, he used that failure as fuel, creating Pixar and later returning to Apple, where he revolutionized the tech world. His comeback wasn't just about business, it was about who he became through the struggle. Consider Malala Yousafzai, too. She faced unimaginable adversity when she was shot by the Taliban for advocating for girls' education. Most people would have crumbled in the face of such violence and hatred, but Malala turned that very tragedy into a platform for global change. Her courage in the face of life-threatening adversity became her strength, propelling her to become a symbol of hope and a Nobel laureate. The Stoics believed that hardships are not to be feared, but embraced. It's through adversity that we're forged into who we're meant to be. Life will always present obstacles, but instead of seeing them as barriers, learn to see them as training grounds. They're the moments that define you, test your limits, and ultimately make you stronger. And in this way, the obstacle truly becomes the way. Point 6. When you've embraced the idea that challenges are opportunities for growth, there's one final, essential lesson that ties everything together: the awareness of mortality. The Stoics weren't obsessed with death, but they did believe that remembering it could bring clarity to life. This concept, memento mori, remember you must die, isn't meant to be morbid. It's a powerful reminder to live urgently and purposefully. It's a call to stop wasting time on trivial matters and focus on what truly matters. Think of someone like the late Kobe Bryant. He had a profound understanding of the value of time. After his tragic passing, his legacy became even more poignant. His commitment to excellence, the way he devoted himself to his craft, and his constant push to evolve, it all came from an awareness that life is short and every moment counts. He didn't waste time on the small stuff. His approach wasn't just about basketball. It was about making every single day matter. Then there's the example of Chadwick Boseman, whose career skyrocketed with films like Black Panther. He kept his diagnosis of cancer private, but during his final years, his work ethic and dedication were driven by the knowledge that time was running out. Despite immense personal pain, he continued to inspire and deliver unforgettable performances. His understanding of mortality fueled him to give everything to the work he loved. When you start living with an awareness of your own finite time, you stop procrastinating. You begin to prioritize what's important: your relationships, your growth, your purpose. This realization doesn't make you fearful, it makes you bold. The truth is, life's brevity is what makes it precious. You realize that your time is too valuable to be spent on regrets, fears, or distractions. You choose to live fully, knowing that every day is a gift,